Industrial. This is a track that also is pretty synonymous with Command and Conquer. Very literal song title for what I was using to create the rhythm of the track. I was using a lot of industrial sounds. It was something that industrial music, electronic music, industrial metal, that was kind of a newer idea at that time in the 90s, early 90s. And it appealed to me because that sound is unique and it helps kind of drive a intense situation. And what we were creating with Command and Conquer was, these intense missions and, these factions that you could really wrap your head around and get involved, and it just sucked you in and immersed you into this game. For the time, it was, kind of groundbreaking stuff. This track was definitely written with the percussive feel in mind and relying heavily on the industrial style instruments and all of the different sounds that are being used, for percussion or in place of normal percussion. I made something syncopated with that. Syncopation meaning, rhythms that play off of each other where, they're not playing the same part, but they combine together to make something that is constantly moving around itself. And then you have the drum beat that comes in that just sort of solidifies the groove. And then all of these things working together create that palette of drums and percussion and really just set the tone for that song. Having a bass just kind of do these kind of stabs, that was another thing that I was thinking of in terms of syncopation. How can I make the bass do its own thing apart from what these drum patterns are doing? The lead synth, of course, being more sustained over the top as a lead, as a melody. The high kind of guitar riff that comes in that's a little bit dissonant is not actually a guitar. That was actually a synth or a keyboard with kind of a distorted sound on it to make it sound like a guitar, but it was actually a synth at the time. In fact, the whole thing was synth. I don't think there's any live guitar in that at all. And it just has sort of a nice moving feel to it. It feels like you're accomplishing something, or that you're getting things organized, or that you're building your army up. Like, that was kind of the feeling I wanted to get across with that particular track. And then having those kind of big hits, the dome, 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 dome. Those were fun because I had a patch that gave me that really strange warbly synth at the tail end of that, and that was really what inspired me to kind of create those sounds. So I didn't really listen to any particular thing or band or track or anything that inspired this song specifically. It was just more about me playing with these sounds and getting it to a place that I thought was cool. So I would say that the industrial song in this context of this game is definitely more of something that I came up with on my own. I'm sure it was subconsciously influenced by other industrial type music that I've heard, but it wasn't a direct connection to anything that I can recall. So that's industrial.